there. My name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks.
And my name is James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James.
And tonight I'm going to be talking about, and we're going to be talking about, what you would like to see come out of the coronavirus crisis for yourself and for the world. But before we get to that, and I really hope that you participate, and I'm not seeing it yet. I'm trying to look at Facebook changed the system, so I'm trying to see where it's live. But before we get into that, I'd like Sweet Baby James to talk about our show. Yeah.
Yes, you've come to Granny Rocks, where we get to hear Granny share her wit, her wisdom, and her very uncommon sense every Monday and Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. So stay with us. And now, here's Granny.
Okay. Well, they claim that we're on so live, so I'm so glad to hear that. Well, everybody's talking about the coronavirus. Everybody's thinking about the coronavirus. I mean, how could you not? It's like we're in the middle of a war zone, right? And that's appropriate. In fact, more and more we're coming out of denial about the coronavirus, and it is a little bit on the scary side for most of us. So a lot of us are talking about our fears. Oh, and Judy said, hey, Granny, hey, Sweet Baby James.
Hey, Judith.
She likes to be called Judy.
Oh, Judy.
She does. She does. So anyway, it's working. We're on, and it's working. So that's great. And we are going to do a special program every Thursday at noon Pacific time, where we are going to try to help people to process their fears and their feelings about the coronavirus using Sweet Baby James is going to be bringing in some hypnotherapy techniques, and we're going to be talking and processing. And that's all going to happen on Thursday, starting tomorrow at noon Pacific time. So make sure you got that.
So be sure to register for that so you can come and we know who's coming. This is not going to be a live stream. It's going to be a video conference. Go ahead, Beth.
That's right. So you have to register. Unlike for this, you have to register. So in the post that you should see with this, there is a link. And it'll take you to the whole explanation, and it'll show you where you can register. It's perfectly free. And you can sign up for 1, 2, 3, as many as you like. And if
up to April 30th.
Up to April 30th.
Which is 6 sessions.
And if we need to, we will extend that. And you can sign up for all of them at the same time, or you can sign up for some later. But just sign up. We want to see. Then we could talk in person. We'll be video conferencing. Isn't that exciting? Meanwhile, we've been getting comments. Amy said, hello, Granny and Sweet Baby James. Love you. We love you too, Amy.
Thank you.
Elizabeth said, hello. Judy said, Judy, it is. And Karen said, hi, you too, and send some hearts.
Hello, Karen.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, so you be prepared to answer this question. What would you like to see come out of the coronavirus crisis for yourself and the world? So first, for the world, I would like to make some comments about that. It's pretty obvious that we need universal health care. I mean, to me, it's obvious, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, to me, too. We need expanded health coverage and health services.
For everybody, and you should be single payer, and people should be able to get the health care they need. And so a crisis like this just brings it to the fore. You know, how much we need to have adequate health care for everybody, because guys, the guy next to you who doesn't have health care could give you the coronavirus. You know, we've been saying this forever. You know, if you don't have universal health care, then you're going to get sick because the guy next to you is sick. Elizabeth said, I'd like to see effective infrastructures put in place. Yes, indeed. And I would like to get to that next, because for the world, not only would I like to see universal health care so we don't have this maze of confusing, inaccessible health care, but in addition to that, I would like to see a social safety net. All of a sudden, it is occurring to people that people need money. I mean, I get, it's like, and the administration has always put money into the hands of the corporations, but it's the people who need the money. And so now they're talking about giving us money. Of course, not enough money, but I bet that they're going to bail out industry a lot more than bailing us out. But anyway, that is what we need. We need a social safety net so people aren't so panicked when something like this happens. I mean, we could very well be panicked if we were that kind. But I just can't bring myself to be panicked at my age. But you know what I'm saying. So we need a social safety network for everybody. Everybody should be able to have food and housing and, their needs met. Instead of cutting into the social safety network, we need an expanded social safety network so when something like this happens, people are not so freaked out that they'll stay home when they're sick. Oh my God.
I'd like to add something to that too. Yeah. People might ask, well, how are we going to pay for it?
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'd like to once again say. I would like to see us have a potluck society where the very wealthiest, if they don't voluntarily do it, that through taxation of both income and wealth,
yes,
the wealth gets redistributed so that everybody's needs are met.
Yes.
You go to a potluck, the people who have the most give the most.
I'm
people
with
who
you.
have the least have their needs met. Let's do that.
Exactly. So that's what I would like to see come out of the coronavirus crisis. And I think sweet baby James would agree. But now I would like to talk about what I would like to see for myself. And so I'd like to see some comments on that as we go along. But in the meantime, we've gotten a hi from Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
So Elizabeth, I agree with you. We need to see effective infrastructures put in place.
And I'd like to hear more about what kind of infrastructures you would like to see put in place.
Good question.
And as well as you.
So
Yeah.
Elizabeth, if you want to comment on that. Well, I mean, it's just obvious. I was talking about, things that help people survive and thrive and have kids going to school and having lunch anyway. But Todd has said hi. But now I would like to get to what I would like to see for myself coming out of this. And that is such an interesting question for me to face because I asked myself that. And Wade says, hi guys. Hi,
Hello,
Wade. I would like to get stronger from this crisis. That's what I would like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do I mean by that? Well, as it happens, by complete serendipity of the universe, I am doing a little bit better physically.
Yeah.
Right? I'm trying
Serendipity and pulling out all the stops to get better.
Yes, that's true. So I was taking this medication and then it stopped working and then I added a particular supplement that didn't work before but seems to be working now, which I'm having trouble getting, by the way.
In combination with the medication.
Right, in combination. And this is like, oh my God, I can't get this. It's no one has it, and then they're waiting for empty trucks. But anyway, but because I have a little more energy, just watch me. I'm walking more, and I want to exercise more. It's like I feel this motivation to get stronger physically. That I should actually, I'm walking more. I want to do, it's hard for me. I try to, I can bench press 1 pound. You know what I mean? That's about it.
Press.
I am not kidding. That's important for me to focus on, and I feel motivated to do that. And I want to be spiritually stronger. I want to be able to go through something like this and focus on helping others and not devolve into self-pity or fear, especially because I'm so grateful that I have sweet baby James. And Elizabeth said, and this is probably in answer to the question, what would you like to see come out for yourself? She said, I'd like to more consistently feel gratitude for what is going well in my life and connect more consistently and deeply with others. Oh my goodness, Elizabeth, that is such a wonderful desire for yourself. Such a great goal to come through this. And, when we're under these kind of stressors, we can, a lot of us, just like freak out and get worse and worse and worse. But some of us do get stronger. And because something inside us says, I can't afford business as usual anymore. Just like the nation and the world cannot afford business as usual. It is sounding like this thing is going to end up being really, really bad. And Sweet Baby James and I looked at our money and said, okay, how long can we survive? And you know what I mean? But it's on an emotional level. We have to have something inside us to keep us going when things are difficult, and we need to keep building that, and being more consistently grateful is a way of building up your inner strength. So I think that is a great goal, Elizabeth. And connect more deeply with others. We can connect deeply with everybody we meet on the telephone. You know, this social isolation thing can be pretty bad for a lot of people. And some of us are reaching out to others who are isolated, but some of us are going to have to reach out ourselves and overcome some of our pride or fear to try to get some support. And Karna Beard says, so nice. Thank you, Karna. Mwah. And then Elizabeth said, I'd like to stop wasting time worrying what I don't have control over. Oh my God, ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
That is so important. You know, we can't do anything about, I can't stop the coronavirus from spreading except to do my part, which is very small because I didn't go out anyway. Because as those of you who know me, you know, even from the show, know that I've been chronically ill since I'm 15, and I've been housebound since 1983. So when do I ever go anywhere? I was supposed to go to the doctor, but we had to cancel that. So, you know, I'm back at home where I always am. But I have connections with people via the internet. And if I have to call somebody on the phone to talk about my bill, which reminds me, oh yes, I am going to develop a relationship with that person right then and there. We can all talk about the coronavirus. My God, that's something that everybody's experiencing, like an instant connection. And Amy says, thank you, Elizabeth, for your beautiful and inspiring comments. That is just wonderful. I love that. So who else? Now, what about you, Sweet Baby James, while we're waiting for others to talk about?
Yeah, there's something I'd like to share. This whole coronavirus pandemic is showing us how much we're all in it together.
Yes.
And I'd like to see us come out of this with a feeling of, this was something that you received one time, that we are not just our brother's keeper, we are our brothers and our sisters.
That's right.
We are each other.
Your health is my health, is our health.
Yeah. And so with that, all the implications of that are that everybody gets taken care of. We relate on a relatively equal basis. And that, we care about one another. This is an opportunity to shift from profits over people to people over profits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And that we are in this together. You know, the social isolation problem and the loneliness that people are experiencing now is just an extension of the loneliness that people feel all the time. I keep reading reports about that. How many people, at least in the U.S. society, are lonely. Are lonely a lot. And you know, this is just bringing a spotlight onto all the problems we already have. And by the way, when we talk about universal health care, the fact is the world needs universal health care, because you can't stop a virus from spreading. I mean, unless you are so wealthy that you can send yourself to the moon, you are going to be impacted. And even then, who knows if they haven't got the coronavirus on the moon.
Or it didn't come with you on the
That's
rocket
right,
ship.
exactly. So Amy said, for myself, I am learning that I must be accountable for my fear, panic, and reactivity, and do the things I already know are calming, so I can see how I can support other people instead of throwing negative energy at them. That is another wonderful comment, and I'd like to support you in doing that. And Amy and everybody, I hope that those of you who can and who are not working tomorrow from 12 to 1 Pacific time, that you join our video conference, because by doing so, not only will you hopefully get some support to spread, because what we're calling it is spread peace around the coronavirus instead of fear. Not only will you be getting that for yourself, but hopefully also you'll be able to support everybody else who shows up, because we all need one another's support. So I know other people are watching. So how about a comment from some of them about what you would like to see come out of the coronavirus for yourself? I love the comments we've gotten so far.
There's another comment I'd like to make.
Go
It's
for it.
regarding medical care. Currently, we have a system that's so much based on money making that even the supply of doctors is tightly restricted. And I'd like to see it. Let's focus on what are the needs and how many doctors do we need instead of limiting the supply of doctors so that their incomes are all high and there's always a shortage of doctors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that, but that's interesting. We want to see
focus
rural
on the needs.
communities.
We focus on the needs and
Right.
then figure out, okay, what kind of supply do we need to meet those needs?
Well, and I want to say something else. I got a notification from Medicare today that they will now support us to do telehealth. Well, up to this point, we were told that every doctor we wanted to go to, that we'd have to travel there in person at least once a year in order for them to be able to bill the insurance.
Yeah, and I have a doctor in the Portland area.
Right, and we couldn't do it. We are not, it was, if you have a specialist, that we could not go to Portland to go to the doctor. If we were that well, we wouldn't need the doctor. So it's good to see things that they all of a sudden come up with in a crisis that you wonder, what were they thinking about all this time? All this red tape that we don't need, all this bureaucracy that we don't need, all this money making that we don't need. Exactly, we need to be taking care of people in the earth, and we've been. And one more thing I would like to say, and I'm hoping other people speak, because I do see that you are watching. We are watching you watching. So please dive in, because in a few minutes we'll be off the air. So this is your chance. This is your chance. I would like to see an awakening. This is the all together thing. An awakening of consciousness. Like, do we really need to travel that much and do that much polluting? Everywhere the pollution levels are going to go down. Fewer planes flying in the sky, fewer meetings, conferences where people just show off to each other. They bullshit each other. They schmooze and all that stuff. More awareness of every single thing that we do. Getting the homeless off the streets. It's. You can say, well, I don't have anything to do with the homeless people, but
it could be you.
But it's not only that; it could get to you if that homeless person has no shelter, has no health care. Debbie says, "Hi, Beth and James. Hi, Debbie. I work in the nursing field. It is scary at times. I try not to worry about all of this, but it is hard. Oh, yeah. Debbie, I cannot imagine the people now who are working in retail, in the medical field, who are right in the line of fire. Our hearts go out to you. And if you're not working tomorrow between 12 and 1, get on our video conference. Please look at the post. There's a link there. All you do is click on the link, and that will take you to a little thing, like an email thing. And it'll give you all the information, and then you click on the link and you register. How hard is that?
Really?
So
you click and you fill in some blanks.
And the other thing is, Debbie, it's not just the physical, but being around people and around all that fear can make you fearful too, because we are all one. So I'm dedicated to trying to help people to spread peace around the coronavirus. I don't mean to get sloppy or be in denial. I mean be in reality.
I'd like to see contagious love and caring for one another.
That's right. We want peace to become as contagious as the virus. So, come back at tomorrow night, which is Thursday, at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I play the piano.
Oh, yeah.
Dreams of Peace, improvisational piano. And that music, and of course you can always watch it later, right? The music helps calm people. I would love you to get the benefit of that music, and we would love you. That's tomorrow night at 7. Pacific time, p.m. Of course, I would never even be up at 7 in the morning. And come if you can. That you can watch afterwards, but the video conference you have to come to live because it's a video conference and it is live. But we can chat, we can talk, and we are going to get some help from one another and from sweet baby James. So blessings to everyone. Keep the faith. Let's look at what we can do that is positive, that's going to make this world a better place when we get over this. I don't want to go back to business as usual. Business as usual is what's gotten us here, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Okay.
we love you. We love you, we love you, we love you.
Hey, bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for